Hi friends, family, me in San Diego, California. I'm here visiting with my family, and this is a request for help. I am with my Facebook post, I share a lot, like I'm into like true crime and stuff like that, and basically not as an entertainment source, but just more so that I can remain, in the remote work that I do and stuff like that. I am usually very far from human relations and the people that are close to me. So what this is that I never thought that I would have a need for it in my own life. I waited this long to ask for help, to reach out. I am in San Diego, California. Sorry for the noise. There's people everywhere here in California. You can't have a moment of quiet. But anyways, what it is that I'm asking for information, resources, or basically resources as to where I can get information as to people that could possibly help. I am in San Diego, California with my sister, and the details as to what has occurred are still unclear, and so that is why I had failed to reach out any sooner, because I wasn't sure exactly what to say or what to ask for, and I didn't want to speak too soon, prior to having there be any clear, I guess, maybe guidance or answers from authority. And so what has happened is that I have a niece, she's 22 years old, and has died. As far as the dates, it happened between the 15th and the 16th, and again, nothing of what I'm saying are the official dates, but she was found deceased in Mexico in a hotel room, and the report that has been given to my sister and my brother-in-law is saying that she died from bronchial aspiration. I don't know if it's the correct medical term is bronchial aspiration or asphyxiation, but basically that the gastro contents, so that the contents that were found in her stomach is what made her suffocate to death. And so that was her reasoning. They don't know who it was that found her body, or whom it was that removed her body from the hotel room in which she was found. So again, they are my niece was an American citizen, my sister's an American citizen, her husband a Mexican citizen, but they've been longtime residents here of San Diego, and of course of the US. And neither side, neither the US nor the Mexican side is accepting responsibility. The Mexican side is saying that because she's an American citizen, that things need to be dealt with here on the American side with the San Diego Police Department. But of course nobody wants to invest, as far as like the authorities go, government officials, like they don't want to invest, I'm assuming, their resources, because no one's making claim like as far as responsibility. So it's a delicate matter. I listen to podcasts and stuff like that because I like learning like the legalities and things like that, and I have made contributions to other families. And so anyways, I'm not asking for monetary contribution. That's not what this is about. It's just basically like I'm trying to recall like of the podcasts and of the stories and of the persons, say reporters online, like social media platform, the person's influence and people of influence online. Is there anybody that you can think of, a platform that you might like, that deals with international cases, that you could possibly refer me or us to? And I'm going to be honest, I was like, no, I didn't know my niece especially well. But the thing is that it's one of those things where I'm like, oh gosh, you think you have this time and then you don't. And so what I have offered is pretty much, as far as like cause of death, that's pretty much as much as we know. But if there's anybody that you could refer me to, again, and I'm not even next of kin, I'm considered distant in this matter, so any information that anyone is able to provide would be highly appreciated, so that way I could pass it along to my brother and my sister-in-law. There is a reporter that has learned of the story, because and I didn't know this when I was younger. I used to go party in TJ and Rosarito, and a lot of young people do. And so, but the thing is that in the particular weekend that my niece passed away, or we don't know. They say that she passed away, and so for me to say that she was killed sounds very strong, but there is a possibility. And I will say that my niece was she had female relationships, so she was gay, and to say she was of that community, it's not, her sexuality didn't define her. And so, but my initial impression is that she may have been a target, especially with the asphyxiation, but the authorities are saying that it wasn't, strangulation by another person, because that there were no marks on her body. But I'm like, there's more than one ways to asphyxiate a person without necessarily placing your hands on their neck. But even prior to learning, an autopsy has not yet been done. There's nothing that we know, so I don't know. I'm a little bit familiar, again, just, due to like listening and stuff like that, as to the American process. And I know it's like, an autopsy is not automatically done. Sexual assault is, testing for sexual assault is not automatically included. So I'm urging my sister and brother-in-law to have all that done before the body is buried. Like for toxicology and things of that sort. And so, but anyhow, I don't even know if anybody knows as to how maybe the Mexican government operates, what their matter of processes is, or again, mainly but that's aside from the point. But if you're aware of any international platforms, influencers that might be interested in say reaching out to my sister and brother-in-law Javier, then it would be greatly most greatly appreciated.